6-7, 6-7, 6-7. Okay, so what was with that intro? Well, if you don't happen to know the 6-7 mean, congratulations, you're sane. For those who do know and are just wondering why you're looking at a PC motherboard, I am aiming to build a $67 PC. For the hell of it. I had an idea originally to build a $69 PC just because I'm so mature. And I'm just like, what if I can just lower that by $2? In the most stupidest way. Oh, that poor CPU, that poor dual core. But I say we get started, and I'm going to show you all the parts here. So you must be thinking to yourself, oh, it's some kind of Intel motherboard, right? Intel gaming one, because all the gray patterns and everything here looks mildly special. No, not really at all. The only special thing it has a M.2 slot. This is a Mukai LGA 1155 motherboard. One that takes CPUs from 2010-11. It's only got USB 2.0 ports and fast Ethernet ports, which means only 100 megabits per second. It transfers at 3 gigabytes per second on each of these ports. With the drive we have, we're not have to worry about that too much. But not a whole lot special, but I got it for $22. And it's like the only one that is purchasable on AliExpress, and it's new. Well, what's the case that's going to be holding this monster? This piece of acrylic. So I know this isn't really a PC case, but if you search case on Amazon and sort by lowest, you'll eventually find this test bench. That's meant for ITX boards, but it should still work with this. These little rubber nubbins right here, they'll come in handy later. I had to test it with the power supply that we're using. We'll make sure this is portable, trust me. The CPU we got is worth $4, and it is an Intel i3-2120. A lovely little dual core that runs at 3.3 gigahertz. Yeah, you can find these for mostly $4 on eBay or AliExpress. This is gonna be miserable. But let's install it here. And the reason I was preparing this cardboard box is for the CPU mount. This is for this cooler, the Pado cooler I bought from AliExpress for $5. And yeah, I'm just gonna mount real quick on camera. It's supposed to be RGB. I've used it once already. It is absolute hell putting it on. The problem with this is anytime you try taking it off, it bends the whole frame up on this little lever. I do not recommend this cooler for that reason, despite being able to cool, you know, low-powered stuff like this CPU. Oh man, I'm ready to have fun with this cooler again. I have it on the wrong way. I might do this on off camera too. Oh, yeah, we're doing it off camera. F that. Okay, so let me know if you see the issue. I forgot to peg these down. These little plastic bits are supposed to be secured by these little pegs. They look like this. I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, I'm gonna try it on camera one more time. Good. These are really pressed down. Oh. Looks good to me. So I bought the RAM a while back. There's currently a shortage of memory, and even though it doesn't affect DDR3, or it shouldn't, it has due to demand. That and AliExpress are like, oh, DDR4 and DDR5 sticks are high. We know people are going to be desperate for DDR3 occasionally, so we're going to increase that too. I believe on that site right now you can find an 8 gig stick for like $8. I got this for $3.50. It is a focus Tecmio 8 gig stick, 1600 megahertz. I'm just gonna slide it down here. Focus again. Messed up the footage for case mounting, but I am going to reshoot that and do it now. So the optimal plan I've made was to use these little rubber nubbins and lay them on top of each of where these screws are. And this is where it gets fun. Now, rubber bands, you can find like hundreds of these bands for a few dollars. That is how we're going to mount this. So I'd like it in between both posts. Right about there. Just a little bit. And you got yourself a cheap case with a lot of cable just dangling there. All right, the case is now set up. Wonderful. That will do. The GPU, you probably can also find the 2011 era in any single Dell Optiplex, is this RX 340X. Yeah, I looked this up and don't expect much. Cheap GPUs are not easy to find. Like, there was some in like the $4 or $5 range, but they took like AGP slots, or they're just like absolutely abysmal and had like 256 megabytes of RAM. This one does have 2 gigs. It just sucks. I got it for $8. I'm gonna plop that right here. Also, I can't remember where my case bracket went for this. It's gone. I don't know what I did with it. For the sake of keeping this as portable as possible, like a PC case you can just carry around, I had to cheat with a hard drive. I originally had a 5.25 inch drive, but we had to go with the 2.5 inch drive. But to compensate, I have a 160 gigabyte drive here. I just found this in my random bin of drives. I thought I dumped all of my drives that are under 320 gigs, but I still have this 160. And for some reason, Crystal Disk Info said it was good. And I checked Disk Genius, and the sectors are mostly excellent. So for a hard drive, I sort of kind of have high hopes for this thing. I just don't have high hopes in mounting it. To make it portable, I guess I can shove it here. We'll see if that can work. I am just out of words to describe my craftsmanship here. And once again, I do not recommend holding PC parts like this or being this way with a hard drive or power supply. I have it kind of hooked around the corner, these 2 rubber bands right here supporting it, and it going around the bundle of power cables here and the SATA power, which could probably come undone any minute. But like, hey, shake it around, not moving. Okay, everything is now set up, the essentials, I guess. And let's get started on the install and see if this boots. Oh. Okay. I sworn the board said power to the left here. Sometimes this monitor just does that with the lines. Kind of scares me a bit. Oh, yeah, I know. The thing is, I need to get in the BIOS to make sure everything is correct. Okay, everything looks good enough. I'm going to try installing Windows 10 LTSC on this station. This is just from a random thumb drive off AliExpress that costs $1.50. I'm installing it on a hard drive. I will see you in 2 hours. I know it's because of my cheap monitor, but that is so cursed. Off center, black and white. To me, I remember seeing a thumbnail very like this with that little blonde kid I keep seeing, these stupid 6'7" memes. How fitting. Okay, well, she's a bit noisy. If I had to, just by listening to it for a bit, it seems like the fan's the noisiest part. I know it's really hard to tell from a microphone, but That's the most noisiest. PSU, which is like 15 years old or so, is the second noisiest. It's just a small little, and this has a whine to it. I don't think it's coil whine, but just the fans dying. It's like a zzz. But our score is roughly 25 on Valley Benchmark. This is why you just start off with just making sure that the PC runs and to get my initial thoughts on things. This score is slightly worse than my X1 Carbon got on this, and this has 8th gen integrated graphics, 8th gen Intel. We are in for a treat. Oh my goodness. So Time Spy is not working. Even though online it says it's a DirectX card, the R5 340X, it's just not playing ball. I know there's a couple different versions of DirectX 12, where there's some that are more legacy and others. My guess that's the reason it's not launching, so we're only running Firestrike for now. Okay, after one restart of the program, and then me walking away after starting it up and waiting like 4 minutes, it is now running, and it looks like we're averaging 2 to 3 FPS. Oh, one frame per second with 1,178 milliseconds of frame time. Oh man, that poor GPU. This might be why the DX12 one did not launch. Might not be because of compatibility, but it might just be that this card is just straight up ass. Wow, 886. I'm not entirely sure what that all means. I'm going to hit the compare results online button. Let's see. Gaming laptop, 25,000. Budget gaming PC, 23,000. A regular office laptop, and there's mine, 4 times less than that. And also, I guess I'm better than 3% of the people that put in the result. What are y'all playing on? So I couldn't find a 6-7 games on Steam. Nothing that I could see just by searching the term 6 and 7. So I looked up the next best thing. Brainrot. The minimum requirements of this game is, other than the RAM, we got 8 gigs of RAM. And Windows 10. And storage. Everything else is but I'm willing to try it anyway. See you in 3 minutes when this tries to launch. Okay, at the menu of this Brainrot game, mind you, I've not played this yet. We are getting 12 frames per second and struggling hard. Do we have any sort of, wow, this is basic. Okay, we can change, how modest is 480? Graphics. What are these terms? I've heard of Sigma, boy, and brokey. Oh, okay, brokey. Because we're broke. What can I wear? Okay, I'm gonna try making something real quick. It's like a goatee, and I can make this a mustache. Whatever, I'll be piss yellow all around. Okay, I somehow finally got out of the lobby. I think we're in a toilet. Oh, wow, I turned to sperm. Round over. What? I didn't even get an objective! Avoid getting caught by the Rizzler to Riz Minor. What? I mean, it's not spelled like the young person minor, like EDP minor, but I think it implies something. Maybe I'm too old for this, but I think I'm gonna stop for now. During the early levels, it was like 20 something frames per second, and indoors we're getting a lot higher, of course, of like roughly 45 to 50. Yeah, this was pretty unenjoyable, especially when you play by yourself, I guess. Okay, we moved over to Fall Guys. As soon as I saw the 0 frames per second, I knew we might be cooked. Whoa, what? Oh! Is this because of the hard drive? Yeah, that was probably the hard drive's fault. Yikes, okay. Alright, I bumped it down to half resolution, I had everything low except for that. That's what I forgot. And now we're running at 34 frames per second, which should be about correct for this hardware since I compared it with my X1 Carbon. I don't want to talk about that one. I swore I pressed the A button. Alright, wanted to record when I reached the final if I was going to. That was just a guess, seeing how everything was going the first round. Yeah, runs okay. GPU is suffering. CPU usage is pretty darn high. But runs okay. It's kind of playable like this, I guess. Wait, what? I mean, I'll take the dub, but I have no idea what happened there. Alright, Rocket League with almost every single thing low in 720p, and the menu is not looking fabulous. Oh man. I was AFK there for a second, setting up my camera. Oh my god! Oh, my teammates hate me right now. Bro! Alright, now I'm ready. Yeah, this plays horribly, mostly because of the CPU. Compared to Fall Guys, this is really CPU dependent. So far it's running okay off the hard drive, but it took forever to get into this game. Man, I feel so bad for my teammates. I'm not going to contribute to the rest of the game because I'm just not good at this game overall. And like, I pretty much allowed a goal for everybody at the start there. You know what? Can you? Yeah, you can change the settings live. Oh, hopefully the same thing doesn't happen again. I'm gonna change it down to 480 if I can. All right, now that my teammates hate me even more. Oh my gosh! In order to change the quality settings, I cannot see anything. I see pixels. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, if you want to play 60 frames per second in this game, you'll just have to literally bring it down to 480p and bring everything to low. My bad. Okay, so I went on like a 5-day break or so. It's towards the holidays. It's been busy. And during that time, we had the Steam Winter Sale. And guess what I found on sale? Took it down by like $2 or $3. Big Rigs Racing. Why I've wanted to play this for a while. I remember watching the Angry Video Game Nerd video so long ago. All I know is it's super jank and you can just go backwards at an infinite mile an hour. So it's rather old. It's from 2003, I believe. In theory, unless it's super unoptimized, like worse than before, we should be able to run this on this $67 PC. Let's give it a try. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Are you kidding me? No. I have the latest driver, I checked. Are you winner? Winning the race? Oh boy, what a UI this is. Oh, it's doing something. Whoa! Whoa! What the hell? Can I alt-tab to one? Sure, that works. What are my graphical options? Oh my god, it says the GPU's that high in percentage in a menu? What? Is there a resolution thing I can change? Like, can I get it lower? 12 FPS? Wait, I heard the other car is supposed to not move. That's weird. I'm using the right arrow keys. I guess we'll roll with it. Why is this so taxing? I was not expecting 11 FPS. Unless it's supposed to be the authentic experience. Alright. I think it's backwards time. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Wow, at 11 frames per second, this is really uncomfortable. I'm getting achievements. Oh, dog! Where the hell am I? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, go forward. I'm gonna turn around. World's fastest PowerPoint, baby! You spin me right round. Nah, I gotta worry about copyright. Can't even sing it. Meow. Alright, stop. Oh my goodness. Can I get back? Oh, I'm back, baby. I guess we try finishing now. This is supposed to be one of the games that's supposed to run good. But when I saw that driver error, I knew we were in for a world of hell. Wait, what? Oh, that's right. You're a winner no matter what, because for some reason you always win. I did not think I'd be able to make this game worse. That was indeed bad. Alright, the game I think will run the most, or at least I hope, Half-Life 2. So, this is what automatically pulled. 1080p, we're getting roughly 30 frames per second mostly. Not too shabby. But if we knock it down a peg to 900p, and it put like very high settings overall, so you probably can get a bit creative and just make it down to low. I want to take it down to 900p first. That might still be too modest. Hey, look at that. Smooth as butter. 900p, everything low. I would say it's definitely suitable. 144p there, but we're staring at the ceiling. But yeah, as expected, and it should be on this type of hardware, definitely playable. So the $67 build it your own PC. What do I think? It's a monstrosity. This thing is just awful in almost every regard. But it's also amazing at the same time. While it's not really functional, when you cut Windows 10 down, it was able to at least browse the web. It was able to play YouTube videos. The only Achilles heel was this hard drive. Everything took forever because of this thing. And Windows, it's not meant for this anymore. It goes the same for the dual core. All the little processes in Windows 10 now, I mean, it used to be good back in like before 2020, before they shoved all this AI stuff, gaming stuff, and what they do is just add every little thing they can to the operating system. And I don't know, people are wondering why, like, oh, why do I have to upgrade to Windows 11? And it's just because Copilot and all these features and how bloated it feels turns them off. But Windows 10 LTSC edition didn't make this too awful. Besides this piece of Now, do I recommend this at all? Hell no. This is just something goofy I did because I heard the number 67 was all the rage. I still hardly understand it. It's made by, was it some guy named Doot Doot I saw a song of? And there's like an interview saying he doesn't even know what it is. I'm too old for this. Gaming-wise, it can't really do much at all. Fall Guys, it didn't really play all too well either. Not because the hard drive, it's just because the GPU's trash. And the only thing you can get away with is older games that are like 5 years older than this hardware from 2011. If you want something suitable in 60 frames per second. But, you know, there's one good thing, it's portable. Not too bad, right? Another reason I don't recommend doing this at all, if you're taking this seriously, I don't want any of you guys taking it seriously, is you can just buy pretty much any Optiplex that probably is I'd say any Optiplex with a 4th gen CPU, probably can find secondhand for, I don't know, less than 30 bucks. And throw something in there like probably a 1650 of some kind, 1060, even though the drivers are slowly going away. And just, you got something a lot better in this. Well, anyway, that's it. I had a bit of fun with this. The only thing that was unenjoyable is waiting for everything to load on this. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a nice day.